Imagine an extra £50,000 in your pocket without even quitting your day job. Sounds like one of those late-night infomercials, right? But here's the kicker. It's not a pipe dream. People right here in the UK are actually doing it. Whether you're flipping cars on a budget or turning clutter into cash on Facebook Marketplace, there are legit ways to boost your income while sipping your usual morning cuppa. And no, it doesn't involve logging into some dodgy app or risking your hard-earned cash on sketchy crypto schemes. We're talking real strategies, real cash, and changes you can make starting today. By the end of this video, you'll discover side hustles that can actually add serious pounds to your wallet. We're talking practical, doable, and tailored to the UK market. Imagine having the peace of mind of knowing you've got an extra stream of income flowing in, a buffer for life's unexpected twists, or the chance to finally take that dream holiday without thinking twice. But here's where most folks trip up. They either dive into side hustles blindfolded or expect instant success. The biggest mistake? Choosing something just because it sounds flashy or because someone else made a fortune doing it. Picking a side hustle that doesn't align with your skills or interests can turn it into a chore rather than a welcomed source of income. It's vital to find your niche, something you enjoy, something you can stick with, and most importantly, something that complements your full-time gig. Then there's the time commitment. Many underestimate the hours needed outside of the 9 to 5, thinking it'll only take an hour here or there. But the reality is, if you're not careful, it's all too easy to burn out or neglect your primary job. Right now in the UK, with the cost of living biting harder than ever, getting a hustle right means not just earning extra cash, but also balancing your mental and physical health. Let's kick things off with flipping cars. A fantastic way to make money, if you've got a bit of automotive savvy and a keen eye for a deal. Cars are a necessity, not just a luxury, in many parts of the UK, making this quite a lucrative option. Start small. You don't need to splash out on a brand new motor. Look for vehicles that are inexpensive, maybe needing a bit of cosmetic TLC. For instance, a second-hand car purchased for £1,000 might only need a few £100s spent on repairs and touch-ups. Once you've spruced it up, you could potentially sell it for £2,500. That's a tidy profit, isn't it? Remember, it's not about flipping a Ferrari, but finding a good deal that others might overlook. Keep an eye on classified ads, online auctions, and local car sales. And while it requires some initial outlay, the returns can build up quickly when done right. Another gem hiding in plain sight is Facebook Marketplace. You can buy and sell almost anything, and it's free to use, making it ideal for the budget conscious. Find items that people want, but don't have the time to clean up or sell. Think furniture, electronics, and even clothing. A bit of polish, maybe a quick repair, and you've got something nearly new. For instance, you might pick up a shabby desk for £30, spend just £20 on paint and sandpaper, and flip it for £100. The key is to know what items are in demand and have a knack for presenting them attractively. Great photos and honest descriptions go a long way. Stop thinking of side gigs as these grand ventures that require a massive business plan. Sometimes, the best opportunities are right under your nose, hiding in plain. If you've got a bit of tech know-how or fancy getting those creative juices flowing, consider designing digital products. Things like printable planners, artwork, or even educational resources can find hungry buyers on platforms like Etsy. Starting doesn't need to be a wallet buster. You can begin with software like Canva, free for basic use, to create visually appealing designs. Imagine this: you spend an evening crafting a printable weekly planner. Once uploaded, it's available for that first £5 purchase, and with some clever marketing moves, it could sell hundreds of times over. Suppose you sell 200 copies in a month at that £5 each. That's £1,000 without having to package or post a thing. It's about leveraging that initial creative burst and letting it pay off over time. Your investment is mainly time up front, and once it's in the world, it can keep generating income, creating a passive flow that tops up your regular earnings. Let's not forget tutoring or freelance opportunities. If you've got a skill, be it music, math, or even marketing, use it to your advantage. In the UK, tutoring is a booming side hustle. Parents are eager to pay for extra learning support, especially during exam season. You could charge anywhere from £20 to £50 an hour, depending on your expertise and demand. Imagine booking just 4 to 5 sessions a week. That easily translates to £1,000 or $2 extra a month. Platforms like Tutorful or even local Facebook groups make it a cinch to advertise your skills and connect with people in your community. The same logic applies to freelancing, whether it's writing, graphic design, or web development. Websites like Upwork or People Per Hour allow you to showcase your talents. Even small gigs for £50 a pop can accumulate if you're diligent and build a solid client base. It's about finding what fits around your current commitments and maximizing those little pockets of time you already have. Jumping into gig economy jobs can be another way to pad out your income. Consider becoming a delivery driver for services like Uber Eats or Deliveroo. A few hours on evenings or weekends can add a few £100s to your wallet each month without too much hassle. Flexible hours mean you can choose when to work around family time or other obligations, making it less of a grind than you might think. Plus, it's a brilliant way to get out and about, perhaps even get a bit of exercise and return home with more than just tired feet, but also extra cash to ease the monthly budget pinch. On a similar note, renting out assets like a spare room on Airbnb can be an easy win. Say you've got a guest room that's rarely used. You could easily earn between £40 to £70 a night depending on your location. And if you're near popular tourist areas, the demand can skyrocket, especially during peak seasons. It's an effortless way to utilize space you've already got, and as long as you're meeting the basic host standards, reviews and repeat bookings can follow suit. Venturing into photography can be a lucrative hobby turned side income stream. If you've got a decent camera sitting around or even just a high-quality smartphone, explore stock photography. Websites like Shutterstock or Adobe Stock pay you for images people download. You might start snapping things you love: architecture, nature, food, and as those downloads roll in, each penny adds up. Plus, if you find a niche or a particular style that's popular, you could end up with regular hits and quite a nice residual income. It's not instant riches, but for hobbyist photographers, over time, it's more than just pocket money. Invest a bit of time to attend to your financial literacy too. Learning about personal finance can open doors you didn't realize were locked. Maybe you dabble in premium bonds or look into savings accounts with attractive interest rates. Overlooked options like ISAs grow your money without needing to work extra hours at all. And don't forget, decluttering can be its own side hustle. Turn unused items into pounds. Apps like Depop or Vinted are excellent for selling clothes you haven't worn in ages. These platforms have an audience ready to buy, and clearing out a wardrobe, for example, can discover forgotten gems that someone else is willing to pay for. Think of it as tidying up with financial benefits. Use the Marie Kondo mindset, but with a cash twist. It's not just freeing up physical space, but creating the monetary space for things you truly want. If you're a bit of a foodie or have a knack for whipping up batches of something delicious, consider home-based catering or baking. With the rise in artisan goods, many folks are willing to pay for homemade chutneys, cakes, or bread. You could start by sharing these creations with friends, gathering feedback, and then setting up a stall at local markets or fairs. It doesn't have to be grandiose. A few well-loved recipes and a space in a community market can start small, but potentially scale quite nicely if you find your audience. Let's not overlook the thriving second-hand book market. Sites like eBay or even local charity shops can be treasure troves for buying and selling literature. Spend a wet Sunday afternoon hunting for first editions, rare finds, or even just popular paperbacks. A decent collection can fetch solid prices online. Organising themed bundles or selecting specific genres can attract book lovers willing to pay for curated collections, rather than the usual jumble sale finds. Also, consider gardening and selling plants or produce. If you've got green fingers or even a small patch of garden space, cultivating herbs or vegetables to sell at local farmers markets can add up. Lifestyle moves towards sustainability have got people willing to spend on organic or homegrown items. Even seedlings started in tubs might be in demand by folks without time to garden from scratch. Another overlooked gem is retail arbitrage. Buying in bulk, and selling individual units online. Places like Costco or even local wholesalers often offer great bargains on popular products. By snapping up these offers and distributing them through platforms like Amazon or eBay, there's room to pull in profits without needing vast initial capital. It's about observing trends, noticing what's in demand, and capitalizing on it with a savvy buy low, sell high approach. Ponder about dabbling in affiliates and blogging. If you've got writing skills or a knack for social media, setting up a blog on topics you're passionate about or even merely interested in could pay off with affiliate links. When readers click on these links and make purchases, you earn a commission. It's not about overnight success, but steadily building an audience and gradually letting that hard work generate returns. The beauty is flexibility. Writing when you've got the time, and even while you're in your dressing gown on a Sunday. Lastly, learning to trade on the stock market is another angle, although it requires a sensible approach. With platforms like Hargreaves Lansdown or Trading 212, even a modest start can grow over time if you invest wisely. Educate yourself. Perhaps mimic the portfolio moves of successful investors and maintain it as yet another side income stream. Though remember, there are risks involved. It's not just about piling on workload, but discovering passions and turning them into lucrative pursuits. The key is to look at the resources you already have, whether they're tangible items, skills, or even time, and find how they can be parlayed into extra earnings. Remember, while exploring these options, keep a clear perspective on sustainability and personal boundaries. Take Dave, a 28-year-old graphic designer from Manchester. He was eager to boost his income without compromising his full-time job. Dave started by flipping cars on weekends. His first purchase was an old Ford Fiesta at £900, with £200 spent on basic repairs and detailing. He sold it for £2,200, netting a tidy profit of £1,100. Encouraged by this, he also explored digital products. By creating unique design templates sold on Etsy, he generated an extra £500 a month, turning downtime into cash flow. Dave's success wasn't just from savvy buying and selling. It came from leveraging his skills and finding profitable side gigs that fit his schedule. Now, let's talk about the pitfalls. Mispricing is a common hurdle, a misjudgment that can wipe out profits. It's crucial to research thoroughly and price competitively. Overcommitting is another trap. Taking on too many projects can lead to burnout and impact your primary job performance, so balance is key. Finally, ignoring market trends can sink your efforts. Stay adaptable and aware of shifts in demand to keep your side hustle relevant and lucrative. So, what should you do today? Start by identifying your skills and interests, things you're passionate about and can monetize. Set clear, realistic goals around what you want to achieve financially. Next, research potential side hustles. Check local markets or digital platforms where you can start small. Begin with one idea, like flipping items on Facebook Marketplace or exploring gig economy jobs. Schedule your time smartly, perhaps dedicating a few hours a week initially, and gradually adjust based on what works best for you. Finally, track your progress and be open to tweaking strategies based on what you learn. To wrap up, we've explored a range of side hustles, from flipping cars to digital products and gig jobs. Each requires a bit of initial effort, but the payoff can be substantial. Subscribe to The Money Move for more smart strategies, and check out our next video where we dive into building a passive income with minimal upfront costs. Here's to your financial growth and smart money moves.